Ladies and gentlemen, gamers of all ages, welcome to Tric Trac. My name is Jamie, and this is Mafia de Cuba, the game we're going to be talking about today. Now, however, in the last video, we went over the rules for this little beauty. I made a bit of a mistake because there's an awful lot of talent around this table here today. So instead of getting it wrong again, I'm going to let themselves introduce one another. So, starting on my left.
So, Loïc Lamy, I'm the designer of this game. And well, I'm the lowest talent here because we have two dinosaurs.
Dinosaur.
I'm a brontosaur.
He's a dinosaur. I'm a mammoth.
I started playing with their games where I was younger.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So you started playing with their games, and now you work with them.
The first modern game I owned was I don't know the name.
Woolly Bully.
Woolly Bully. Well,
yeah.
Woolly Bully.
And I met my wife in a Jungle Speed tournament. The game from Tom.
Oh well, that's a nice change. So tell us about yourself then.
Yeah, so my name is Thomas Vuarchex, and I'm game designer for Jungle Speed and a few things, but not that famous.
Well, with Jungle Speed, I think the title Mammoth is very apt.
Yeah, we're two people, one of the two.
Of course.
And I'm graphic designer on Jungle Speed and a few projects. And this one, for example, and just before, I worked on the last edition of Skull.
Skull, you have it.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Hello, I'm Philippe de Pallières. I'm also a designer of games, but today I'm publisher, and a very little part of designer with Loïc. And I'm author of a few games, I think 35 or 40, but most famous is Werewolf of Miller's Hollow, and a few a little bit more.
There we go. I think everybody knows about Werewolves of Miller's Hollow and Jungle Speed,
Yeah.
so when I was saying there's some talent around this table, I wasn't kidding. Anyway, moving on, we're here to talk about this today, Mafia de Cuba.
Mafia de Cuba.
De Cuba.
Yeah.
I'm not very good in languages outside of French. So, guys, where did the idea for this come from?
Yeah. Okay.
For me. Yeah, it started around 7 years ago, 8 years ago. Yeah. It was in the. It started there. I was playing a lot to werewolves this time, and every time the other player told me that you are a werewolf. This is your kind of way being a werewolf. No, I cannot choose. And I decided to create a game where you can choose. So a kind of werewolf where you can choose. So with this starting idea, I thought that to rob things was the best. To choose your role, you choose to rob or to be honest. So I developed the game. The game has been to the final of the game designer contest of Boulogne.
For those who don't know, Boulogne is just south of Paris.
Yeah.
It's home to the French National Gaming Centre, so loads of board game and game stuff related goes on there.
It's a very famous game,
very old contest.
And it's that a party game in final in this contest is very rare.
Indeed.
So publishers called me, phoned me, not him yet.
Okay.
Another one that disappeared.
Okay.
The game was never published. But I showed the box, the published box, the pre-production box that we had to Philippe because I was knowing him and have a look at the game I made from your game, the Werewolf. And he liked the game. He told me that I should have shown it to him, so he published it. So when the other publisher disappeared, I phoned to Philippe and hey, no, you can do it.
I mean, it's just on the looks. Well, hold on. While we're on this subject, this is a prototype.
Yeah.
It will be 99% this, I think you said, but which is good because one, it's a lovely design, very old school kind of cigar box with actual, well, if I move the rule book out of the way, actual little printed cigars inside. Really very quaint little box with the rules and all the
Oh yes! Oh, it's a secret.
Really?
Yeah, it's special for English speaking. It's an expansion.
I do love it when I discovered secrets live on camera. That's interesting, isn't it?
It's the first expansion.
Oh, that is. So the first expansion.
You cannot see it.
Some new characters.
Yes, yes.
Well, I recognise him.
Yes.
And I think I recognise him.
Yes. Yep.
So we'll see what. Well, we won't talk any more about it because I'm sure you guys have.
The expansion will be on the market 2 months later, and it is in the history 5 years. I don't know, 3 or 5 years.
I think it's 55.
55 and 59.
Yeah.
Okay.
And in 59, obviously, a lot of
things happened in Cuba.
Yeah, you know. And you have new rules, and so
okay.
English-speaking people will know more than French-speaking people.
Don't know what that was, but
I'm sorry.
Have you knocked a game off?
I'm sorry.
It's all good. It's fine. You made up with it with a nice exclusivity. Let's put it like that.
Yeah.
Okay, well, we'll leave that to one side for now.
Yeah.
But as I was saying, it's a beautiful little box. It is really goes with the game, and plus the aim of the game, as you said, it's like a werewolf where you choose your roles. So each player, if I've understood correctly, opens the box, has a look at the contents, which are defined by the number of players, takes something out, hides it for the rest of the game, and then moves it along. And then whatever the Godfather gets back, that's the clues he has to use to try and deduce who's taken his diamonds, I suppose.
So that's a game you can play in a restaurant or dinner.
Which we did earlier on.
It doesn't matter if there's many things on the table.
Because all the game is here and here.
Yeah, and then you talk.
We did talk a lot, I remember that. But that's the charm of this kind of game. I mean, I remember werewolves marked my childhood. I have a box at home which is about 13 years old, and I've never changed it. But I remember lunch breaks and stuff at school, we'd have a game or two, and you just talk and talk and talk and talk day, night, and it just rolls around. And I got the same feeling from this game, except, as he said, you get to choose, and that's even better.
And you are responsible of it.
Yes, you're responsible for your choice, but also when you start to, I think when friends play this, when groups of friends will start to play it, they'll go, yeah, well, Bill over there, he's definitely an FBI kind of bloke, I'm guessing agent for him and that sort of thing. And plus the way you narrow down the choices as the players when you choose, you have to choose responsibly, because if you just take all the diamonds first time round, well, it's very easy to find you, which I really appreciated. And I don't know, when he came to you with the game, bearing in mind, like he said, it was based off werewolves, how did you feel about that?
For the first time, I was happy that this game appeared. I have to say, since 15 years, I have at least one project each week propose me a very near werewolf, either a game or a movie or a book inspired of the werewolf. I can explain, if you have a wonderful idea of movie, stop, do it. I can tell you what you will find as a scene. You will find we are playing werewolf, and then there is a real die, and you do it. And everyone, since the game is famous, send us a lot of very near things about that. And when I did look about his creation, I was very, very pleased because he went on a way we didn't think about.
The experience is very different.
And the experience is different. And I think the job we do together with the theme, it is very different, more adult and more cultural thing. I think werewolf is your childhood you play with, because we wanted to have the fairy tales and so on. And that is your background of adults, because you play with the society and so on. So werewolf, it is your childhood, your all your dreams, your fears, And that is your adult part.
It's more anchored in reality.
Yes,
Yeah.
and you have player.
You can rob. It's free.
That's why also the graphic design is more realistic.
Yeah. And we have seen a lot of players who don't like werewolf and like that, and don't like that and like werewolf, because obviously you can like both if you are able to be younger adults. But what I like very much with his proposal is the way we can explore new way. So I decided to do it, and we were thinking for 4 years to do the exact good theme, and then it will be last year in January, with February, we found the theme, and I speak to them, and it was very clear to go.
So how long was this game developed for? 4 years?
More than that, because
yes,
it began
sure.
at
The first idea was 7 years ago.
7 years ago. So
Almost
how long,
eight years
how long
ago.
have you guys had this project?
And
4 years.
4 years.
this
But
project.
it's like cooking. I don't know if in England say, oh yes, you know.
We do cook, but we still eat.
Yeah.
We don't cook as good in France, so don't start this argument with me, sir. But we still
when
cook.
when you cook something, sometimes you have to put it and
On
wait,
side and-
it go down and go back.
That's a very good
When you do games. it's
But
the
that's
same
why
thing.
that's one of the comfort we have when we work together, because he has werewolves, I have jungle speed, so we have time.
We have not
course,
hurry
yeah.
to have the money for the next week.
Yeah.
And
Hence-
that's a big chance, because sometimes you really need to make the things go on and wait, because the first try, it took about 1 year to develop the graphic design, and the first try it really was cigar box.
So
I did it quite perfectly. I mean, it's not, but it was a cigar box. Okay, very realistic, but it wasn't a game box.
And it
So
was
it looks a good mix between the two.
Yeah, we had to give desire to open it and to make it like, yeah, okay, maybe you can find some cigars in it, but maybe you can find something else. And it's like you can find jewels in it. So,
But that's
It took
one of the
some
charm
time.
of the design is it looks like it looks like a game box,
Yeah.
but at the same time it feels sufficiently like a Cuban cigar box, so that it's used as a really effective game prop with the cigars and the jewels and such hidden underneath. It's great. It looks fantastic. Now this is going off to print. When did you say?
this week.
This week.
This week it is the beginning of the printing.
Okay.
And I think you will have in your country either US or international if God is with us, end of August until middle of September.
Okay then. So yeah, beginning of fourth quarter,
Yeah.
more or less.
Yeah.
Okay then. Now.
And 2 months later,
And then what the little secret we found inside? 6 to how many players did we say?
12.
6 to 12 players.
Yeah.
You can play with 5 apparently, but it's a more
When you know perfectly the game.
because it's a more intense experience.
If you can do it, but you need to be good with this game.
Right.
Instead of that, you will not like it. And so we don't write on the box 5 to 12.
I see.
But when you will have played a lot, you can take the box.
It is
Yeah,
doable.
you can play it really strategic.
Like werewolf, you can play 6 or 7 with werewolf.
It just becomes really risky. You have to
but
really
only
calculate.
when you know perfectly the player and the game.
That's fine.
Because 5 players, one mistake, you're over.
Of course, you don't have. I would imagine the Godfather doesn't have a bottle.
Yeah,
And
no
there's
bottle.
There's 1 out of 4 players that could be a CIA agent. So straight off the bat, you're 25% chance to get it wrong. Price.
Price
In euros?
In euros, it will be 25.
25 euros.
I think it's in US it will be just under $30, and I don't remember in England.
It's fine. Everybody, I always go with euros, and then people work it out around the world. It's
I
the
don't
equivalent.
know
generally.
exactly. Around 25 to to $35 everywhere. It depends of the distributors and so on.
And the corner and exchange rates and all that boring stuff.
Yeah, I don't know it.
Okay, well listen guys, thank you very much for coming to talk to us about this. It seems like it's a very interesting project. It's come a long way and it's gone through different hands and it's got some magnificent talent behind it. So yeah, I'm going to look forward to when this comes out.
Yeah.
So thank you to you and thank you to you guys for watching this video. Do keep an eye out for Mafia de Cuba.
De
Cuba. I'll get it right eventually.
Mafia de Cuba.
I like to think
okay, Spanish lessons.
Sounds better, but I just make it through with French, so we won't don't push it too far. Mafia de Cuba.
Yeah.
There we go. Out beginning of fourth quarter. €25, $30. Keep an eye out of it, and thank you very much for joining us.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.